Okay, if you're in here, you want to get better at your map callouts. If you play Valorant, that you want to improve your map callouts. Today, I want to help you with that. I'm going to help you make the best callouts that you possibly can while in comp. So we'll go over each map. I'm probably going to miss some, but I'll go over as many of the important ones as I possibly can. What you guys should know is that if you play comp, callouts are one of the most important things in the game. Without callouts, you are going to lose a lot of gunfights, a lot of rounds, and the more gunfights and rounds that you lose, the more games you're going to lose. Therefore, the more RR you're going to lose. Yes, hey YouTube, this is my YouTube intro. Yes, you guys can say hi YouTube. Jocks, hello. Like if you're not making any callouts at all, and if you are making callouts and they're not good, like you don't know what you're calling out, if you're just saying he's over there, he's behind that thing, and if your skill is not really that good, I'd say at the highest rank you could possibly get is silver. The better of a team player that you can be, the more chances you're going to have at winning games. Okay, Ascent. This is spawn, obviously, right? So if you hear a call out rotating through spawn or flanking through spawn, it's whatever spawn you're in. Super simple. This right here. See this? B. This right here is B main. This is cubby. Anytime you see something like this on any map, just know it's going to be called cubby. Another thing that helps a lot with this kind of stuff is you can just pull up the map. What does the map say this is? So this is called market. This is actually like an interesting one. I call this boat, and then I call this boat house, but I think probably switch is like the main one. I usually just call boat because this is a boat. I think you could also call this back of sight. You call this boathouse or back of sight. And generally, like, people should know that this is back of sight as well. Okay, so this is another thing that is very helpful to know, is when planting. You might hear people say like, plant for default, plant for long, depending on the site. So on this site here, this would be default. Very simple callouts. This right here, this section, this is called lane. Oh, and this is called stairs. Okay, so let's say you're post plant. You've got like let's say like you're like holding over here, right? And you got a teammate over here, and he starts engaging in a fight. And he says they're lane. That means they're going to be on this side of the map. And you might be confused, potentially confused. Also, if you hear this term a lot called CT, that's an old CS:GO call out. It's just counter terrorist, and it's where because in CS:GO the two teams are terrorists and counter terrorists. So if you hear CT, that means they're probably going to be coming from the spawn, and there's usually going to be an entry. Think of CT as like opposite of main. Let's go outside of B a little bit. You might hear this call out when you're playing Ascent often. You might hear it if you watch the stream often in my games, or perhaps in your own games. You might hear tiles called. This is tiles right here, because these are tiles. This right here is top mid. Okay, so you're coming from attacking spawn, right? And if you see them right here, and you're on defense over here, right? Let's say you're holding mid with op or something, and you're holding this, and you see like a couple peek. Boom, you shoot, you kill one. You can say, hey, there's one more top mid. That means that they're up here. Like, you even ping it right there. It says mid top. It's called catwalk. You guys know like fashion shows? But usually if they're coming in closer right here, I usually call it tree. I'll say they're pushing tree. So this is the tree that everybody's talking about. This is window. He broke window. He broke window. So that means that they're going to be in this area. Yeah, garden, window. So this is A main, right? And then this is A entry. This right here would not be considered CT, as it normally would. This would actually be considered rafters or heaven. If you hear them say, he's hell, that means they're gonna be under here somewhere. And this right here, this is a very specific call out, something that could really help your call outs, your gameplay. This is called dice. A lot of people don't call this a dice. But if you can see, it kind of looks like a pair of dice. And then this right here, this is called generator or Jenny. This back here is wine. As you can see, wine barrels, wine glasses, nice little Oh, I've never seen that penguin there. Cute little dude.
There.
This is a very important call out. This is pizza. As you can see, there's pizza here. I think that's all the main important call outs. Okay. Start from attacking side. Cubby and spawn right there. This B main.
Here.
B lobby.
Here.
Call it either one. This is garage. Why is it called garage? Because it's literally a garage. I'm gonna just call this boxes. No, this isn't boxes because this is boxes. And now I'm getting confused on myself. I think this is just boxes. Behind boxes. This right here is back site. Back of B. Plant spots. This right here is default. So if your team says plant default, that means plant here. If your team says plant for garage, they're telling you to plant right here or right here somewhere, but pretty much like as close to this line as possible. If they say planted boxes, it usually means like here. This right here is heaven. This is rafters. So this is a very important distinction to make. That means your teammates are going to be looking here. If you make the call out rafters, that means your teammates are going to be looking here. This right here is hell. This whole section right here is generally called mid. Mid cubby. This is top mid.
Here.
But more specifically, this is going to be vents. So this part right here is vents. This right here is rope. This right here, all of this is A heaven. CT. This is heaven. This is rafters. Heaven, rafters. This right here is ramp. This is A main.
Here.
Call this cubby. Yeah, there's not very many specific callouts because spawn is so close. This is under rafters, and I believe this is hell. So this part right here, while this is CT, this is actually the call out here is screens. If you ping it, you can see it says screens right there. That'd be because of these screens over here. This little part right here, this is a very common call out that you will see on a lot of sites. This is elbow. So anytime you see this kind of 90-degree angle on a site, there's a good chance it's going to be called elbow. This is default. Generally this area right here, planted behind screen. So I think there's enough distinction between screen and screens. Basically like anything right here or even like in front of screen would just be like, if your teammate says planted for heaven, usually that would mean in this little corner part right here. But
here.
Also like all of this, oops. Back site is usually like just this little corner pocket over here. This is sewers. And so if you hear them running in water, this is sewers. And then this place right here, this is called mail. Why? Because there's mailboxes, and if you ping, there it is, mid mail. I think that's all the call outs, at least the important ones. All right, fracture. A main.
Here. Here.
A hall.
Here.
Ping it, you see it. Tells you exactly where it is. This right here.
Here.
Door. Sands.
Here.
If you hear the rope, it means the rope.
Here.
This is called tower. Usually breaches will be up here. You call out a breach tower. That's where they are. A site. A top of site. Places to plant. This is default plant. Okay. If your teammate says, "Hey, plant for A main," or A long sometimes. Right here. This is drop. This is A drop. Why? Because they're dropping. This right here is called dish. Hee. This right here is called arcade. I have no clue why it's called arcade. But that's what it says. There's no arcade stuff that I can see. No clip into the wall. Clip into the wall? Oh, what? Dude, I didn't know this. What the heck, dude? Since when? This right here is tunnel. Also, I hear people
Here.
call this sewer. I feel like both callouts. I never get confused. Behind boxes on arcade.
Here.
That means this right here.
Here.
Tower.
Here.
Tower.
Here.
If you're attacking on this side, if you're like attacking arcade and you see somebody, probably gonna call it rope just to make the distinction. B main, B lobby,
Here.
tree, right here. This is canteen. Don't know why this is called a canteen. I don't see any Star Wars characters anywhere. This is B link.
Here. Here.
Behind generator, you might hear that call out. Means that they're behind this behemoth. I think that's all the call outs. Canteen, generator, B-Link, arcade, tower. We went over, if you hear them say rotating through spawn, that typically means like through this area right here. He's rope or tower. It's usually this part right here. Drop over there. We went over all the plant spots. Sand, door. Yeah, I think that's it. Is like everything attacker spawn. Right here is showers. This is a heaven. If your team says, can you plant for showers or plant for garage? It just means come right in here. Plant in this area.
Here.
This is planting for showers. This is a short. This is cubby. This is default. Pretty much anywhere along truck. Also, this call out is called truck. This call out is called U-Haul. Now, some people, for some reason, thought that U-Haul meant this truck because supposedly it looks like a U-Haul truck, I guess. Kind of a weird call out. I had never referred to that as U-Haul. I've always referred to that as truck. But this is U-Haul. Why? Because this is a haul in the shape of a U. Another call out you might hear is lamps. And if you're like, why in the world is this called lamps? Look at all these lamps. Backside, all of this right here, backside. This is CT. Again, another CSGO call out that has made its way over to Valorant. Heaven, we went over that. Hookah! This is hookah. There is no hookah smoker thing, but this looks like a hookah lounge. This is called belong. All of this right here is belong. If you want to get more specific, this is fountain. So if you see them back here, you can call fountain. This is called garden. People also call this octagon. Okay, if your team says plant for default, that means plant right here in this little spot. Plant for hookah means plant usually right here or right here. I think either is acceptable. This right here is elbow. Again, another 90-degree angle. Backwards L. So we call this elbow. Usually you refer this to CT. I think we're halfway done now. Breeze. Okay. Halls. All of this. Halls. Okay. This is very important. A main. Behind boxes, A main. Elbow again right here. Cubby right here. Oh, I've also heard people call this pocket. Oh, no. This is called pocket. People call this pocket and people call this cubby.
Here.
This is just sight. For me, I feel like this is a safe default plant. I get scared when people plant here. I personally do not like this plant. One, because if you're holding main, it gives you nothing to hold. Two, your teammates cannot protect you. Look how much stuff you're cut off from. So I normally plant right here on the edge. If you have teammates that are coordinated really well, like somebody holding mid doors, they're not going to shoot you from here. This is, to me, this area right here is default. I have seen people plant here. I will never understand this plant. If you hear somebody say he's behind yellow, it means
Here.
behind this big old crate right here. A door, a switch would be this right here. This is mid doors. If the call out is bridge, meaning they're right here. If they're under bridge, means they're under here. On rope, means that, you know, taking rope, whatever. I call this pillar. Top mid, or I have heard people refer to this as tower. This is tunnel. This right here is tunnel. This right here, from here down here to here. This is all elbow. This is B window. Default is right here. I don't ever really see any other sort of plants on this site, really. Sometimes you see it right here. This is back of B. I've also heard people call this lane. I normally just call behind a wall if I see somebody back here on a retake. This is called arches because there are 2 arches here. Normally just called drop out of halls, and it means that they've dropped right here. Anyways, that is Breeze. Mind you, I dodge this map every time I get it, so maybe I don't know all the callouts here. All right, T spawn, attacker spawn, it's all here. Belt means that they're on top. All of this right here is belt. This is nest. This right here is pipes. Rope. Yeah, planning for top site means it's planted here. Default is right here between this box and right here. This right here is called elbow. This is generator, so sometimes you will have your jets up here hopping. This is screen. All of this right here is rafters, or you can call this rafters or heaven because there's no like dual side to it, right? It's just one thing. Under rafters or hell. Stairs means they're back here. This is jail right here. This is mid. This is tube right here. Under tube, top mid, or boiler. No, sorry, not top mid. This is boiler. This right here obviously is all mid. This is under tube. This right here is tube. When you come out of tube, this is kitchen. Again, he's top site, means he's here. A default for this site is called here. I normally call this B short and B long. If they're coming short, they're gonna pop out of this thing. Coming long, they're gonna pop out of this thing. This is cubby. A lot of times killjoys will be here, or raises. Yeah, behind yellow. Yesterday, I was playing some games off stream, and our freaking Sova was not darting behind here, and every single time there was a jet just sitting here not peeking, and then just like swinging out and killing us. It was really annoying. Snowman. You can see there's a few snowmen here. This is boiler. So he's holding boiler or top mid. Either works here. Okay, this right here is top of tube. Your jets will be up here. Your omens will be up here. Also, I guess another one that's here is crate. You see them over there. They're behind crates, which means they're like hiding, crouched over here or whatever. I think that's all of Icebox, right? I miss anything? I don't think so. Man, we've been doing this for 2 hours now. Holy cow. Spawn. All of this is spawn. This is C. This is orb. If you see one right side, he's dragon. Dragon D. I'm just kidding, I've never heard that dragon call out. I just wanted to make the joke. C cubby right here. Default. This is default. I think generally people don't plant here anymore. I feel like this is the new default. If your teammate tells you to plant for C long, plant right here. If your teammate has lineups, plant for default right in here. This is generator.
Here.
On top of generator. Back site means they're gonna be back here. Logs. This is called logs. So if he kills you from logs, then the call out is he's on top of logs. Pushing CT means pushing here. Garage means they're in here. All of this right here is garage. This is grass, because when you're walking, you hear the grass. This is B window.
Here.
Okay, that's why there's a distinction between B window and garage window. This right here, you can call this C link. Okay, so if they're anywhere here, coming onto B site, call that C link. And the same for the other side, right here, call this A link. What is default here? I think default is this side. If you plant for B window, that means you plant right here in the middle. Plant for A link, A connector. You plant on this side. I usually call out he's on boxes right.
Here.
No, I call he's top left here. On top of generator. Right here. This is backside or dong. I've heard people call this because of this thing. B main, B cubby. This right here is B cubby. If they call he's under window, usually means this area right here. So below window, under window. Never really heard it call hell or anything. All right, this is A long. This is A short. So this is also known as sewer, but I think A short is also perfectly fine. Pushing out of A short is right here. Call this A cubby over here. Planting default is right here. A teammate that has lineups, they might ping something. I know there's some like Viper lineups for like in the middle of the crates. Okay. Backside, this is hell. Sometimes you'll hear like a plant for hell, which will be right here. Heaven. But if you're pushing through CT, or if the enemy team's pushing through CT, that's what this is. Yeah, cubby or right side. Usually means like they're in here somewhere. Doesn't, because this isn't really like a safe place, because you can die from heaven. So CT, hell, backside right here. A shorts, A long cubby, and this is heaven. Yeah. Is there anything else I've missed? Yeah, I hope that was helpful for you guys. It was helpful for me, helped me refresh, and I also learned a couple new callouts that I didn't know before. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video if it helped you out, and anyways, bye YouTube. Appreciate you.